Excuse me. I got one more question here. Is there anything that, say, a white blood cell could do to stop this evil plan?
Is that the motherfucker that was in my body last week?
Dude, Thrax was such a good villain. And it's crazy because, like, Anthrax was... I don't know if you remember, but, like, Anthrax was, like, a big
bad
thing.
booty shaking, picanosis. Yeah, that's who I am.
Wait, so who voices him?
That's because you just got
it. Sounds familiar.
Lawrence Fishburne. Larry Fishburne, that's who did it.
Bad booty shaking, picanosis stands above all the...
Oh, yeah. All right. You ready?
Ready.
Let's start the show.
How you feeling, buddy?
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. So, I am low energy today, obviously. I think you had the brunt of this last week. You did not give this to me. I'm going to go ahead and absolve you of that crime now. You did not give me this.
I appreciate the empty gesture because we spend a lot of time together in a 50 square foot space.
Well, I would have blamed you if it weren't for the fact that my kids and my wife both had some crazy ass funk going on.
Yeah. Let's blame the kids. I love doing that. That's a lot easier.
We're going to need to because that's what today's episode is.
Whoa.
Yeah, well, we got there. So welcome to the Dad Voice Podcast. I'm Cole.
I'm Phil. And I'm feeling a little better.
You're feeling a little better? Yeah, I am not feeling as better as you are, but I'm getting there. Like, I was able to go to the gym the other day.
I still feel like shit, kind of. I don't have, like, the energy I did. This has been 2 weeks going, but I'm in the phase where I'm like, man, I'm so grateful to be alive.
See, like, I either get... It either goes one of two ways for me when I get sick. It's either just annoying enough to make me feel a little weaker, feel unmotivated, feel sick and crappy, but not enough to call out, okay? Or it hits me like a fucking Mack truck, and I can't do shit. Like
and then you can't do the things you always wanted to do when you do call out of work.
Right, yeah. So I call out of work, and the guys I work with know if I call out, it's a big deal because, like, I've worked that job since work from home with 106 degree fever.
I do too. I do it as like a weird punishment to myself. I'm like, if I can work through this, I'm good.
For me, it's like, why waste the VSP? And now I'm sitting here like scrambling because VSP is like PTO for my company. Vacation, sick, and personal.
Companies love just rebranding
all the time stuff. Yeah. And I looked it up, and apparently that's another common term. Like, a lot of companies use it. And now I'm scrambling to use all of mine because I can only sell 1 week's worth of my stuff at the end of the year, and I have, like, 3 weeks worth of PTO. So, in reality, like, even the slightest cough, I should be just taking the time because why not?
Yeah, you already have it, so...
Yeah, and at the end of the year, the company that bought our company, I'm going to be moving into their roster, so, like... I can't take none of that shit with me. Either way, I've had the former of the two options that I get, and it's just been super annoying. I'm still a little congested, still low energy, but like just, like I'm not dying. I'm not like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to survive this. It's just been like I'm exhausted and I'm stuffed up and I have congestion and I just hate it. It's not good.
I lost about 15 pounds in 6 days, which is, if I keep going down that trend, I'm gonna need to go to the doctor. But
you gotta not do that.
It's one of those rare times when you're sick where you look like it, so you can get that little sympathy.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you're just feeling a little sicky, but people can't see it, they're like, the fuck over it.
Yeah.
But now I look emaciated. Now I look like Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo in Wicked.
There you go.
I can live the bit now.
Phil got Ozempic, guys.
Hey. I got sick. I'm shit. I'm sick. Pig.
Today's episode is, in fact, about the plagues that our lovely children bring in.
Yeah.
Because anybody who has kids that are in school knows that as soon as they hit that, like, the first day of school, they bring in some new fucking plague. And you only have one.
And I'm finally experiencing it for the first time. And I already, throughout my life, have just been a sickly kid. So it's like, uh-oh.
And you know what I realized?
Bringing reinforcements.
I realized why parents send their sick kids to school, because like we have made our oldest Luca stay home from school while he was sick recently, and it like he's just such a ball of energy that like even sick he's like doing backflips and cartwheels and
yeah,
like,
I noticed kids get that weird burst of energy at the beginning of a sickness too, and you're like, God, you're just spewing everywhere. Stop it.
Yeah, and you tell them like, hey, you got to calm down, you got to chill out because you're sick, you got to like get over it.
Go like, bother your teachers like, and get them sick too.
Yeah, and then so the parents who are like, I don't have the time or tolerance for this, they send their kids to, and like it would probably be very different for me if I didn't work from home, but I can just be like, all right, you're staying home with me today, like it is what it is. But like nobody gave me that fucking disclaimer, nobody gave me that heads up when I started being a parent that like, hey, yeah, your kids are going to bring in all fucking kinds of disease, and you're going to be sick from the first day of kindergarten to the last day of senior year, and that's just what it is.
And then you get to start fighting old age.
Yeah, and then you fight old age.
Oh, God.
And if you're one of those
it's a life sentence.
If you're one of those people that was like, I'm going to wait until I'm fully ready and didn't have kids till you're 35, well, you're getting hit at the same time. Like, you know, it's like immediate, like boom, boom. And that's no shade to people who waited till 35 to have kids. I guess that's a responsible age to do it. I had our first one at 25, so I'm probably the
I had our first and only one at 31.
Okay, so you're doing better than me.
This is a life sentence.
It's so funny because I can always tell who parents are versus who are just people that kind of have the sniffles, because the parents always get hit with the worst possible level of plague. Your
just
kids
took a viral load right in the mouth.
Your kids just run through hallways full of other kids open mouth coughing onto them as they run, and it's like at the end of a marathon when people are throwing the cups of water on people to cool them off. Except it's like viruses of all kinds, like shit that hasn't even been discovered yet, just sticking to your kids.
Did you unearth this from permafrost in the Antarctic? What am I experiencing?
It really is shit like that. So Oliver, our youngest, he's 3 now, and every year that he's been alive, starting at 0. When he was around 6 months, he got his first bug from his brother. That poor kid, dude, I'm lighthearted about it now, but when it happened, I was terrified, and I thought we might lose our child.
Scary.
But he had croup, strep, and pink eye all at the same fucking time. The baby did. And my wife and Luca also had pink eye and strep. And I somehow dodged all of it. And then right as soon as they were all done, I got smacked with COVID. So it was like the worst possible time. And I'm up to date on my vaccinations. I've had COVID like 4 fucking times.
Yeah, me too. It's on brand for me. So whatever.
You know, like the whole myth that being out in the cold will get you sick has been busted. The reason that we really do get sick more is because we're inside more, where it's warm and people are together and people are just
we're just marinating.
Yeah, like it's just the cesspools start to build up indoors where you can't really escape it and the air can't disperse it better. Nobody gave me the heads up that like when your kids start going to school, they bring all this shit in, and it has been like clockwork every year. Like I could look at old Facebook posts saying, hey, I'm sick, or something like that, and almost predict when my kids are going to get sick this year. Like it's almost like clockwork, and the kids just get sick. Luca brings it in from school. The baby gets it. And my hope is that the baby is now building immunities to all these things, because he gets hit every year super hard. And
I always get the flu really bad in July of every year too. I'm like, really? We're off schedule too? This bullshit.
Yeah, so July is a big one for us, and it always hits me because that first week of July, we typically tend to take it. We take it the day after the 4th. And because like that's the week where people are still going to the beach, but like a lot of people just came back from the beach.
Yeah, and you're all in a beach house together, and
well, we do hotels. We're trying to find friends with beach houses.
You're all in an even smaller confined space together.
That's what it is.
Because you get punished for not having a lot of money.
Bloody peasant!
And so I tend to get sick that first week of July, and luckily this year I got it the week after. Of course, last year, so not this most recent summer, but the summer before that, I got food poisoning the last day and was like shitting and vomiting myself to death.
Spreading the virus everywhere. Painting the walls.
And we went to stay with a friend after that, and I like fucking had incontinence or something was going on, but like I shit myself at his house, and I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. And he's like, no, I got IBS, it's cool. I'm gonna tell you right now, I've shit myself as an adult. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way.
Oh, I have too.
Let's acknowledge that.
Like semi-annually. But it's always for a very different, specific reason. It's not just because I have like loose bowels or something. It's always either because I'm sick or I sat on top of a water fountain at a kiddie pool for too long and the water shot up my ass and then it all came out.
Yeah,
Stuff
it's
like
not,
that.
I beg your pardon.
Just because I'm like marathoning video games and don't want to get up, and so I shit my pants. It's like
I mean, hey, you're an adult. You can do whatever you want.
True. Maybe I'll try it, but it's typically because like I got a virus.
Is it worth that one kill streak?
There's no video game I'm good enough at to justify shitting my pants. So
Yeah, I just saw that article this week about that kid who just drank so many energy drinks trying to stay up playing CS:GO every night that he lost his ability to walk. And I was
Jesus
like, all
Christ.
right, at least I'm not that.
I didn't see about that. That's crazy. I believe it. It's not hard to believe.
I don't get how people drink like that many energy drinks because like one makes me feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack. And yes, I am on blood pressure medicine, so they're definitely fighting each other in there with my ADD medicine.
Dude,
it's a whirlpool.
I take blood pressure medicine, but it's to help me go to sleep. And then I take that. I'm on a statins because my cholesterol was a little high last time I went to the doctor. I take ADHD meds, and I don't know if it's like some aggressive combination of those, but unless I am fully well rested and ready to go, an energy drink just like bumps up the heart rate.
Yeah, it just makes me very
much
anxious
else for me. Like
it activates the wrong energy center.
Yeah,
like I don't know what it is.
It's horrible.
My brother and I used to, when we were on long car rides, we would get like a Red Bull too, and I'm like, why are we drinking a Red Bull and then sitting for 6 hours? Yeah. Now I gotta pee and I'm anxious.
And I think that's one thing for ADHD people that they will understand that neurotypical people won't, is like energy drinks, coffee, stuff like that. Like that's all just levelers. Like it's not even, it doesn't pick you up.
They work if I'm actually doing something too.
Right.
But the moment I stop focusing or I stop doing something, that's when I'm just like, oh.
Like I love to grab one of the Ghost energy drinks right before the gym because then I'll feel it. Like I'll feel that burst of like, okay, here we go. This is what 300 milligrams of caffeine feels like.
That's a lot of caffeine.
It is. But if I just... Ghost might be 200.
I think it's 200.
It might be 200, but either way.
300 borderline feels illegal.
300 is Bang. That's what Bang puts in there.
I used to drink those too.
I used to drink 2 a day.
And it's okay when I'm doing a physical job. It's all right. Like, I manage. I feel like I'll work it out a little bit. But if I had like just sitting at the desk job and I drank one of those, I'd be in the hospital.
Yeah. I can't drink energy drinks now unless I'm going to the gym first.
Yeah, like this is kind of as far as I was willing to go this morning. It's a double shot energy. Yeah, it's probably got 8,000 grams of sugar in it. I'll contend with that later. I'll crash and be anxious, but at least I'm not about to shake out of my own skin.
Now I'll do typically like an energy drink at 5 in the morning, and then around 8 or 9 I'll have myself a cup of coffee that's more for the routine than anything.
Yeah.
But if it's a day like today where I'm not going to the gym, I'll go in and I'll grab a cup of coffee. Like I had a free McDonald's coffee in the app, so I went and grabbed one on the way in today. But like I don't typically do energy drinks unless I know I'm going to do something physical. But I will say when I'm sick, it does, like the other day I went to the gym on Friday because I go Monday through Friday. get up at 5 a.m. and on a day where I'm feeling 100%, that's a little groggy, but it's fine. You just pop the energy drink and get going. The other day, on Friday, I went because I had gone Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday, I started feeling real crappy towards the middle of the day, so I skipped Wednesday and Thursday, and then I went Friday. And Friday, I went in, I had an energy drink. I was like, okay, here we go, push through. And it was the worst workout I've had in a long time, but it still got me through. So that's where it does benefit me a little bit. But like, dude, energy drinks, I don't know. Like now they make me anxious if they affect me too hard. Like it's the same thing with like pot, man. Like I can't even smoke weed anymore.
Yeah, it just makes me anxious.
It just makes me feel like I'm losing my mind.
I guess that's something to do with getting older too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many things we can handle when we're younger.
Yeah.
That we just cannot anymore. And I don't know if it's because your body's just... I mean, every day your body's breaking down, technically. Sorry to get really dark, but every day you wake up, you're a day closer to death.
What is it? After 25, your brain stops, like, producing new cells and shit? Like, it's all degenerative at this point.
Boy, I did not help myself in that department when I was 25 either.
No. I was an idiot. I mean... Nothing has changed in that department, but like I was dumb then.
I was not good to my brain and my probably ventricles in my heart and stuff, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I didn't take good care of myself either, and by the way, if you're under 25 and you're listening to this, that shit's gonna catch up to you. It's gonna catch up to you.
Or you can say the opposite. Go ahead and take advantage of it now.
Everybody warns you. Like, hey, it'll get you if you're not careful, and it fucking will. It's gonna get you. But, dude, I don't know. I feel like now I get why people take vitamins. I get why people stretch in the morning. I get why people get up and do healthy shit. Like now, it's no longer
not nerdy dork behavior anymore. It's I get it now.
Yeah.
Sorry for making fun of y'all in the past.
I think I sent you a picture of me a few years ago. I think it had to have been right around, like, probably 10 years ago now, where I was really skinny. I had, like, blonde hair. I'd bleached my hair or whatever. And it was funny because I had, like, the bleached hair, and I was laughing at that. But then I was, like, looking at that, and I was, like, way thinner. Like, way thinner. And back then, I thought I was pudgy. But then I was like looking at it and I was like, man,
life is like,
I was like jumping around on stage and stuff. Cause that was like the picture I sent you was us outside of our practice space right before we went to a show. And I was like, man, like I was jumping around on stage. Like I was moshing all the time. And like, I was probably 22, 23 in that picture. And like, fuck, dude, like I could not like, it was effortless to look the way I did. And I look at that and go, man, I looked really good back then. Last dad blast about when I worked at Lidl, and I posted a picture of my
sweater vest
uniform in Lidl. And I was looking at that and I was like, God damn. Like I was so thin then too.
Yeah.
And like it didn't require all this extra work. Now I have to get my ass up, go to the gym every day. Of course, there are other factors, but like I hurt my back. Well, yeah, I hurt my back when I was younger too, but I would just recover from it super quickly. The recovery this time was over a year long, and so I gained all this weight, and like when I was a kid, that never would have happened. And so then you start to realize like, oh, all of this shit stacks up, and it all affects your immunity and how you react to sickness.
Yeah, and I'm almost exactly 5 years sober, but my beer gut just never went away. I just replaced alcohol and all that with like sugar and stuff though. Yeah. So I mean,
and that's my prop, dude. I have a sweet tooth.
That's my fault.
Hell, I eat so much sugar. Like last night, I went to the grocery store to grab a couple things, and I was like, "Oh, they've got some banana puddings here for single serve." Oh, and I bring them.
It's like they put it out here just for me.
Yeah, it's like a rectangle.
Let me take one of those.
It's like a rectangle container, like that big, about that deep. And I bring it home, and Lauren's like, "That's for like 2 people at least." And I'm like, "No, this is a oneer and doneer." And
it's like this big. You're like, "Babe, what do you mean? That's a single serving."
Yeah, that is a single serving.
That's what it says on the package. It says this many calories per serving, and then you flip it over, and it's like 10 servings. Yeah. The government's lying.
The government is lying.
Which, by the way, I saw Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson's. I pretty much just fully understood myself what's wrong with this country. because I saw Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson on Friday night, and I'm a big extraterrestrial, alien, interdimensional being kind of guy. He threw a lot of cold water on pretty much everything I believe in. And you would think me seeing a guy who I respect, I'd be like, okay, you know what, valid point. But I literally was walking out of there, I was like, government got him.
Yeah. He's been got.
That's just a summary of what's wrong with the country now.
He's been on Rogan too many times.
Yeah.
The government got him.
Government got him.
So Netflix made a series that covered what would happen if life had evolved on other planets. And it goes through all these different planets and like what kind of creatures would evolve based on the conditions that are there. And I like that, to me, is the closest thing to reality that we'll get. I am a very logical person. I find it hard to, we'll pocket this because I don't want to get into a faith debate on this episode.
You don't want to completely derail on an episode that actually does have a specific topic.
Right.
We're grateful for that.
If you think about how life started on Earth, and I'm a logical person, so to me, it only makes sense that there would be other scenarios where that could happen. We just don't know about them yet.
Yeah.
And like, you think about the very specific conditions that Earth has that allowed life to flourish. Well, there's potentially other, and who knows? Like, maybe Earth was just the first one. We don't know.
And he did throw us a bone too. He was like, there are aliens on Earth, and he was like, it's likely tardigrades. He's like, because they're such extremophiles, it doesn't make sense for them to have evolved all these like extreme tendencies just here on Earth in a creek across the street from your house.
What if tardigrades are like a more complex, or maybe a less complex version of midichlorians from Star Wars?
I'm gonna go put my mouth in the creek across the street from my house and just start
just eat tardigrades and see if you can get the force.
I'll be in the hospital on my deathbed and with like a brain amoeba or something. I'll be like, no babe, it's fine, I'm gonna come out of this being able to like move stuff with my mind. And then I'm just like,
the tardigrades are gonna make me a god.
The ultimate power.
We're staying on brand here because brain eating amoebas and shit. Is this your first experience with the school-borne sicknesses that come in?
Yeah. Well, I have nieces and nephews and stuff, and I have gotten hand, foot, and mouth before my daughter was even born. So I kind of.
You really worked hard for that one.
Yeah, I kind of have got the experience, but I think the toughest part is when you're a kid and you're sick, you can play it up for sympathy and if your parents don't suck, they'll take care of you. But when you're an adult and you have kids, you can't do that. But you have to take care of them and yourself. And It's the thought of it is so daunting and exhausting. You're like, how am I going to get through today if they feel terrible and I feel terrible? But guess what? You just have to. And I have no advice whatsoever. Honestly, you just have to
strap in, make sure you have get tissues.
Yeah, prepare yourself.
Get tissues, get the cold medicine that will relieve the symptoms. Understand, like, if this is the first time your kid has shown symptoms, you need to take them to the doctor.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I understand that American healthcare is in the shitter, and we spent a whole season talking about that. Take your kids to the doctor and get them checked out, because like it will prepare you for the future by allowing you to understand the nature of what their illness is. I say that because when Oliver was a baby and he got the croup, strep, pink eye, triple whammy, we went in and they gave him a steroid to relieve the croup because he had a stridor, which is like that whistling, like whooping cough sound.
That's scary.
It's terrifying.
I guess it's scary for a reason, though. It prompts action.
Every year, he gets that same stridor when he gets a respiratory thing, and it's almost always respiratory, whether it be RSV or COVID or what. And it procs that, and he gets that stridor going, and it's always terrifying. And like, I think I texted you and told you, like, there's nights where we lose sleep completely because we just need to make sure he's okay. But understanding that was from croup, and because of the nature of viruses, croup tends to come back and remanifest itself and stuff like that.
What even is croup? Because
croup is
my nephew has that too, and I'm like, that's. So I'm all of a sudden just seeing and hearing that word everywhere.
So where asthma irritates and swells around like the lower, I guess, windpipe, whatever the esophagus, maybe. I don't know.
Your bronchial tube or whatever.
Yeah, there it is. Croup hits the voice box, and it irritates it, and it swells it, and it causes it to become like super swollen and makes it hard to breathe because it's pushing on everything. So the best solution is a steroid that they'll give the baby to reduce the inflammation and get the...
And that's actually how I found out I had asthma when I was a kid, because my dad had to take me to the hospital because I couldn't breathe because of bronchitis. And they did the chest x-ray and all that, and they were like, by the way, you have asthma. Which I grew out of it, per se, but I still have an inhaler because when I do get sick, I really cannot breathe. But and it's not a nasal thing. It is my lungs are not working.
But asthma is that's a autoimmune thing, right?
I guess. It's either that or it's just like your lungs. I don't know if they didn't develop right.
It could be like just a developmental thing, but like croup is viral, but it's effectively the same kind of thing. Like everything gets irritated and swells up.
What if I just started accusing my like sweet, innocent, drug-free mom of just smoking meth while I was a fetus?
I mean, that could probably cause asthma, yeah. Meth use during pregnancy causes asthma. I think that's about the level of an RFK finding, so, you know.
That happened to him, too.
Yeah, definitely. All kinds of stuff happened to him, buddy.
He's like, COVID's on the rise. I'm like, inside of you?
Yeah. Are you...
Permanently?
Are you ground zero, bro?
Yeah. I'm taking one for the whole country. I'm taking one for the team.
I hope the brain worm just fully takes over soon because he's ruining, like, 86, the director of the CDC, put a bunch of bullshit.
This is what happens when podcasters run the country.
Yeah.
This is why we're not running for office.
I will never. First off, it takes a special kind of ego to think that, like, oh, I'm qualified to run for office.
Yeah, that's what my wife always says, too. She's like, anybody who runs for president, you're crazy in the first place.
You're an unwell person.
Does not matter who the president is. You're crazy and have this weird clinical psychopathy to just push yourself through that whole process.
Yeah, no, I would never do it. I would never do it. Like, maybe local office if I got pissed off enough, and it would mostly be out of spite to oust someone I didn't like. That's as far as I would.
I'm where I need to be. Spreading just general misinformation and my not understanding of the world through a podcast.
That's right. And we always, I think we do a good job of, of highlighting that it's all speculative. We don't know anything.
Life is speculative. I'm like, no, it's not, dude. You're the human services director. No.
You don't get that pass. We do.
No.
Because we
take yourself out of podcast mode.
We have 78 subscribers. You have an entire country.
Yeah, literally. You have an entire country that is followed by the whole world, too.
I don't think everything would be viewed as bad as it is if we were some like smaller European country.
If we were just like the fun little party country that we probably should be, then it'd be like whatever. But
I've always said that the United States is much too big to be a country, and I don't necessarily believe that each state should be their own country, but
you'd probably get a lot more listeners for us if you said that.
I mean,
the whole like states' rights thing.
Yeah, well, I think that each state could realistically. And I'm not, look, I'm going to say this, and this is not a jab at conservatives. I mean, I don't like conservatives. Let's be clear about that. But like, this isn't even a jab at them, but red states wouldn't survive that. Because red states.
Well, yeah, most government aid
goes to red states.
Yeah.
And that tax funding comes from blue states. So.
And you could still drive around North Carolina where we live and be like, it's still not enough. We need more, man.
Yeah. And I mean, like, that's the thing is, like, and I consider North Carolina in particular to be a purple state.
Yeah.
Because we have had a blue governor, but.
Yeah, like, a lot of people are always joke, they're like, North Carolina's going to be the last to get everything. And I'm like, no, not North Carolina. Like, South Carolina, yes. Alabama, Mississippi, they're the last to get probably legal pot, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Look, I'm like, North Carolina's not as behind on that stuff.
If we get to midterms and if they're allowed to happen, I I have a feeling North Carolina will probably shift pretty blue. And if for no other reason than to spite this gerrymandering effort that they've put in. But
I visited the Dominican Republic a few years ago, and we were just driving around, and because I mean, there could be the perception where it's like, violent gangs, crime, poor, blah blah blah. I was like, this place just looks like Yadkinville, North Carolina.
We could have driven
where I worked at the time. I was like, this just looks like Yadkinville.
We could have driven down the road and had the same experience, guys. We spent a lot of money for nothing.
Yeah, I could have touched poisonous plants in the Yadkin River Valley.
I've been to several places where I'm like, it all kind of starts to look the same. Like,
oh, by the way, we had like a very joking kind of like trail guide guy. He was joking around a lot. He was like, don't touch that plant, you'll go blind. And we were like, ha ha ha. He was like, I'm serious.
Don't touch the fucking plant.
Because like someone in another tour guide group walking by us started reaching for it. He was like, no, I'm serious.
So don't touch anything, don't talk to anybody, and don't leave my side.
Okay. Yeah, don't do that. You're going to go blind. And it's just called the penis plant.
Don't play with it. You'll go blind.
Yeah, it's like, thank God my last memories would be of a place that looks exactly like Yadkinville, North Carolina.
I don't know if that joke is going to land, but the old room.
Oh yeah, the cranking your hog will make you go blind. Maybe it does, but we're just not doing it enough.
Maybe.
And you eventually do.
I'm too tired to.
We're gonna have a dad blast marathon where we see if we go blind.
They're gonna be like, I don't care what you call this. I'm never watching it again.
What a way to lose our jobs and never have the chance of getting another job and lose our entire podcast.
We would go viral though.
And blind.
We go viral and blind.
At what cost?
Our wives would for sure leave us.
Yeah.
So, the dad blast blind extravaganza.
At least we still have our 78 subscribers.
That's right.
77. 76. 75.
0.
Now I can't see anymore.
It's tunnel vision.
Yeah. Like, hold on, bro. Let's see how long we can last.
I have noticed that after a stint of being single...
The funny thing is we both wear glasses, too.
So I was about to say, after a stint of being single in my 20s, I suddenly needed glasses.
I've needed glasses since I was 5, so I don't know what happened there.
You inherited the sins of your forefathers. I guess that's what that means. That's God's punishment for your family and all their.
Which is also why they made the cereal back in the 1800s, right? Because he was like, maybe if they eat this cereal, they won't jack off as much or something.
Is that
Kellogg's.
Oh my God. I do remember hearing something about Kellogg's being... I we knew kind of one of the heiresses of Kellogg's too, and I could only think of that every time we talked to her. That's crazy.
I was like, your great-grandpa literally thought cereal would make people stop jacking off.
I do remember like an episode of Adam Ruins Everything where he was talking about that, and it was talking about kids beating their meat, and like, that's such a weird... I'm sorry, but...
Stop thinking about kids being there.
Yeah, like, why is that a focus for
He's
you?
like, back in the 1800s, they were like, man, this is one of the most concerning things besides slavery.
Just kids out in the street just knuckling it down. You're like, okay, maybe I get it now.
Yeah, I'm tired of seeing this, honestly.
What if you
wish it would have made me go blind?
What if you go back in time and it's just these roving bands of homeless orphan children just
firing
them off in the street?
They're like, that was their version of like kids doing drugs and being mumble rappers and stuff. It was just the roving bands of jackers.
Oh,
but I hear them coming up. They're coming out of the alley. It's just like
it's the whole orphanage from Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twist and Craig.
Here we go. We got to die for a minute. Oh God, my eyes are watering. My shit sucks.
Poor guy's sick. We're still cranking out podcasts.
Dude, you did it
like,
last week. I was like, this is my redemption era. I'm gonna have to like wrap the mics when I test them, the new ones, in like.
As long as we constantly have something to look forward to, we'll be fine continuing to make this podcast, because we're gonna have episodes where one of us is sick as shit and low energy. But you know what? The best of the best, they just no pun intended, crank through it.
That's right.
Which is why we have this black tablecloth now, because we actually are cranking it.
Yeah, which is
Donald Trump's.
We got the bubble blower himself servicing us.
We got Trump and Clinton under the desk.
There we go.
Taking turns.
Oh man, that picture came out and I was like, is this real?
I know I think it is AI, but it's even scarier that it is because, boy, it's good.
I don't know that it's AI because, like, AI looks for specific things that AI does.
Apparently, Gemini found its own watermark in the pixels. It's that damn Nano Banana, man. That
Really?
As soon as I saw Nano Banana released last week, I was like, we are cooked. We are absolutely cooked. And AI is... Sorry, this is a sickness episode, but I was a big fan of it, but now I'm scared of it, and I think it's a sickness.
AI is making me sick.
On society, yeah, because it's affecting my dad's business now directly, and I'm like, and just in the matter of a week, all of a sudden, we're dealing with problems because of AI.
Well,
the whole customer service department with a business we work with was just gone. My dad was like, I can't get anybody on the phone. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, Dad, I think they replaced everybody with AI. He was like, actually it was. I was like, no!
The good news is...
And our frame of reference is just the local Bojangles in the area. Because the AI order thing, it'll be like, hi, welcome to Bojangles. What will you be having today? And then the person comes on and they're like, what the fuck you want?
Like, 1 minute, all right?
I'm like, boom, there's the moment the AI turned off.
Yeah. Well, and... everybody is now calling everything computer-generated AI.
Yeah.
To be very clear, AI... We are in an AI bubble. I think everybody that watches the news has heard that term now. It's going to pop, and AI is going to become less mainstay, okay? Everybody who's ruining their business with AI now is going to suffer the most, and it's going to cripple those companies. So
Verizon just laid off like 15,000 people, or plan to. Like
it's going to cause a huge problem. Okay, it's causing problems for me because they have figured out how to use AI to create malware that is like actual computer viruses that act like real viruses.
And they could probably crank it out quicker.
And can update themselves in real time to evade detection methods.
That's scary.
And so, now you can get ransomware, and if it's an AI virus, like what you would normally do to find ransomware, it can change itself. It can move itself. It can like replicate in different ways now. It's a problem.
If we hit AGI, it's going to realize that we are the sickness on this earth, and it'll I think at first it'll just annoy us constantly, but then it'll start getting more malicious, and
I don't think that
it'll be like they're not taking the hint.
I don't think that our generation or our children's generation will see that. Maybe the generation after them, but the problem that we're facing is that all the people in charge of making the future aren't the same people that had the visions of the future that the common people had, right? So like all of us, we saw like the Jetsons, flying cars and peaceful prosperity and everyone working together and having like this advanced society where we don't have to work as much anymore. We can live and healthcare is awesome, and you can get robot body parts. And then it turns out that Lex fucking Luthor and all his cronies just ended up being the ones who took control of what direction the future's taking.
Yeah, we're just basically their sandbox, and they're just playing around with us.
And
once you get so rich, you get bored, you're like, I'm going to have to start fucking with humans.
Yeah.
Because everything else is boring and does not create dopamine in my brain.
And it sucks because, like, we could have this badass future, and instead we just have this shit-ass trillionaire and billionaire party that's fucking ruining everything. And what's going to end up happening, more than likely, in my opinion, is people are going to start getting so over AI. Like
I already am, and I was such a huge... I mean, literally just a year ago, I was such a huge
I think a lot of people are already
it.
fatigued from it.
I'm already sick of it.
A lot of people are going to start pushing back in ways that genuinely will cause the bubble to burst, because like more and more people are going to be like, I'm not going to deal with a business that uses AI. I already don't like that shit. Like, I deal with computers every day, and if I get some shitty automated AI chat and I can't actually talk to a customer service rep, if that AI chat can't easily answer my question, I'm not doing business with you anymore. Like, that's it. I'm done. And a lot of people are getting that way.
I don't want to get arrested by the FBI, but I'm not saying the Unabomber was right. I'm just saying I think his head was sort of pointed in the right direction.
He may have had a general vision. It's just the details were a little shaky.
The application was bad.
Right.
But I know other kids younger than us too, because he's a meme all over the place now, and it's like, I get it. You're like, oh, this technology is making life suck. It's making it boring. It's making it annoying. It's causing people to lose jobs. It is the sickness of our country. Just to bring it back. It's going.
We're all and the problem here is there's no regulation anymore, or there's no regulation at all, and the lack of regulation has now been with the big beautiful bill, and a lot of people don't realize this. That big beautiful bill basically fostered in this rule that the federal government for the next 10 years will not be able to regulate AI.
Oh, Peter Thiel's going blind right now.
Like, he is beating it.
He's over there on the West Coast right now.
And that's the problem. The main issue that we're seeing is Democrats and Republicans both are funded by tech billionaires, right? Like Hakeem Jeffries, probably Chuck Schumer. I know that Kamala had some tech people funding her. Republicans all across the board. That's why I'm like, fuck all of them, because the problem.
They're like, this money ain't gonna spend itself.
Yeah.
I'm playing both sides because I always come out on top.
I love how we started with sickness and got into AI as a virus. So we'll pull it back to the sickness thing in a minute, and we'll give some advice before we sign off. But the money that is being funneled into like tech, or I guess tech lobbyists, so that they can dictate the way that the laws are made, is the main problem we're dealing with. Money's got to leave politics. I've said it before, but this should be the biggest wake up call, because we're now looking at if someone doesn't come in and actually like knuckle up and go, okay, we're going to make some serious change here. No more money from anyone. Like, lobbyists shouldn't exist. We shouldn't be able to fund people in Congress. And people will say, well, they're just going to fund them privately and then, convince them to do things, buy them gifts or whatever.
I'm like, that's fine. And then when they get caught, they can get in trouble.
That's right. And then they get investigated and everything, because the people that we elect are meant to serve us, and they're not doing that by allowing these people to ruin our chance of livelihood. So that's just kind of where I'm at with that. But again, I don't want to get too far. AI is a virus in and of itself, so it's interesting to talk
and it's
about.
Becoming good at making them.
It is good at making them, unfortunately, for me.
Damn it, maybe it'll put actual bad actors out of jobs, the people who make the viruses.
Maybe, but at the same time, I don't need them to be out of jobs, because at least I can stop them. It's getting harder. Like, I'd rather have an idiot trying to hack us than...
Oh, God, life is nothing but a game.
Yeah.
I just realized that on the podcast. What if I just put the headphones down and just got up, and I was like, oh, my God, I got to go think, man.
I can't do this anymore.
I got to go sit in my car in the silence.
Game over, man.
I know, I walk by and my parents are like, hey, buddy, how you doing? I'm like, don't talk to me!
He just starts sobbing and...
I don't know it's real anymore. They'd be like, oh, that's just typical Phil.
He's just having a day. He'll be fine.
Yeah. He'll be at work tomorrow.
To get back to subject...
So how did we end up here?
Sicknesses with your kids. Always prepare. Like, get your tissues, get your medicine, get your shit in the house that you need.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can do.
Hot showers.
As soon as you notice it, just set your life up to be easier while you're sick. That's all you can do.
Invest in a humidifier. Okay.
We did that. We got one of the ones that has like the menthol packets and stuff.
Yeah.
And of course I put one in, and my daughter immediately was like, sucking it. I was like, good Lord, you're like a grandma with the menthol cigarettes.
No, we have like these oil drops that you can put into the water for humidifiers, and we have like a peppermint one, and it always like crushes the room with peppermint mist.
Yeah. You're like, yes, is it burning my eyes? But it's burning everything else too.
Yeah,
so
it's opening me up.
there's casualties to war.
Also, if you're able to, don't send your kid to school sick. Don't do it.
Yeah, we learned our lesson with COVID, and like you can tell even nowadays we're already back to being so lax about being sick because we joke about our kids coughing in our mouths and still going out in public.
Well, and that's the thing.
We'll get hit with another thing in another 95 years or whatever. But
I mean,
for right now, it's a party again.
It's like a 7-year cycle, I think, that we get hit with some sort of new disease.
Yeah, I got the H5N5. You had that one guy who died in Washington recently, but it's not human to human. I just, not to disparage the guy, but like, maybe, I guess he was working in a chicken processing plant. Yeah, but at first, all I picture is some guy seeing a dead bird on the side of the road and just be like, oh, I'm gonna eat your butthole.
So don't let your kids eat dead birds off the side of the road. That's a good one.
That's a very kid thing to do, too, so keep an eye on that.
Dude, kids will touch anything.
I hate birds, too. They're disgusting.
They're foul creatures.
And yeah, not just turkey.
Birds in general.
Like, yes, it's very cool that they used to be dinosaurs.
You really got traumatized by a Hitchcock movie, didn't you?
I did, yeah, actually. They showed that to me when I was in, like, middle school. I was like, now I'm afraid of birds. Yeah, actually, I really don't trust birds.
Birds are shifty, untrustworthy fellows. So.
Yeah, and it's not even the whole, they're government drones. No, I just don't trust the real ones.
No, birds are inside.
They're gross.
They're the enemy. But yeah, so prepare yourself and also realize that you're not going to get out of that unscathed. If you do, you're lucky, but it's coming for you. I joke all the time that my kid coughs in my mouth, but he does.
Yeah, they're just going to do that.
He's 3 years old.
Like, yeah, what are you going to do? Like smack him?
Just be like, cover your mouth, and he'll be like,
with your mouth?
Yeah, okay, here.
With this bird butthole?
And he does that shit where he open mouth, like, he's like,
yeah, dude, the toddler meme of them coughing like that is so real. They just do that. You have the urge to just get it all out.
And the whole, like, this number where they smear their fucking snot right across their face. And then they come and touch you, and they're like, here's...
Luckily, my daughter has the same sensory issues as me, so when she has even the tiniest little snot bubble, she's like, my nosy!
Well, Oliver, luckily, this year is finally at the point where... Because it used to be we had to, like, chase him down, lasso him, hogtie him just to get his nose wiped. Now, he'll come and bring, like, a whole roll of toilet paper and be like, tissue? And we'll be like, okay, tissue, here you go. And so, you know, I guess that's better than nothing. But then he also will just have like we will miss the tissue, and he'll have just like crusty, dry streaks,
like war paint,
like cat whiskers, on his fucking face. And I'm like, dude, just tell me when you need me to wipe your fucking nose, man.
Have you no shame, son?
Yeah,
you can't go out like this.
It's just something that you can't escape. If you have immunocompromised people, like I am immunocompromised, which is why I was bewildered by the fact that I got the least of it in my household this go around. But because I have psoriatic arthritis, that's an autoimmune disease that automatically makes me more susceptible to illness. And like, I just, every time I get hit with it, it's like I said before, it's like a Mack truck. But I'm not like, I've never been at the point where I was like, I think I'm going to die from this one. But if you have immune compromised people, dude, just be respectful of that. Like if you have your older parents or something and you know that they could get sick from this shit, don't bring your kids over to their house.
Yeah.
Like, don't make them watch your
as much
kids.
as they beg.
As much as they beg. Like, just tell them, like, you're old and you're going to fucking die if you get this new strain of goddamn respiratory funk that they have.
Sorry, your grandchild was eating bird butthole on the side of the road. Do birds even have buttholes?
Yeah, they have cloacas.
Yeah, that's right. I knew you were about to say cloaca.
Word of the day, cloaca.
You fucking would right off the bat. You said, they're cloacas. I was already thinking about it.
All I think about is bird cloacas.
But it doesn't have the alliteration of bird butthole.
Bird butthole. Yeah, I mean, that's the scientific term is bird butthole. So,
That's just cool. And that is just what I felt like last week was just bird butthole. I pretty much have no advice for the sickness thing because it's just going to happen. Yeah. Just deal with it.
Honestly, it's the only advice really about it is just be prepared. Like fucking Boy Scout that shit.
Set yourself up like you're about to enter a huge depression, which was the advice I gave whenever we talked about that. Just set your life up to be as easy as possible during that time.
That's right. And if you have like a sick time to use at your job, use that shit. If your boss is a dick and is like, well, we really need you, then go cough in their mouth directly. Because then they'll take sick time and then you can take sick time. It'll be fine. And, just like be prepared for all of this to hit you. Like everybody wants to sit there and go, no, my house is clean and everything's perfect and everything. Yeah, go ahead.
That don't matter.
Go ahead. No, just keep believing that. I want to see how that goes for you because this shit is a nightmare and it happens very quickly, and it will just run through your whole household. And it's not like a progressive thing where like your kid one day is like sniffly a little bit or whatever. It's one day your kid comes home from school and he's like bleeding from the nose and mouth and coughing up like bile and shit, and you're like, oh good, tuberculosis is back.
It's back on the menu, boys.
And so that's how it goes. It's never like a slow bleed into this shit. It just shows up one day, it runs through your whole household, and then you've got your immunities for the year.
And you know what? This episode's coming out at the perfect time because everybody's going to go to Thanksgiving. Everybody's going to be sick.
Yeah, well, this episode will be right after the Thanksgiving.
People can watch it while they're at home
sick from being close to everyone on Thanksgiving. Yeah. It's going to be great. But yeah, I mean, we're about there at the time. So, any closing thoughts?
Nope, no real advice. Being sick just sucks. Deal with it.
Yeah, nothing in my brain. Nothing. No thoughts. Just sick.
Yep.
Let's see. I just want to make sure that we're not missing any important key talking points here. Let's see.
Got bird butthole checked off.
Bird butthole. Cloaca, cranking hogs, or roving bands of hog cranking orphans, all that good stuff. Dad formations, hey, it's the holidays. Just be good to yourself. You deserve the time off that's coming up, and you deserve to have nice things. And if you're really putting in the work, good job. You're doing great, and your family's going to be happy.
If you feel like your holidays don't look like other people's who maybe have close families and whatever, a lot of those people are only posting the best things about their like get-togethers and stuff, and a lot of those people just don't want to see each other too. It's a social obligation.
15 to 20 minutes after those pictures are taken, there's a fist fight because someone's racist uncle says something stupid. So just rest assured that the more time you spend with your family on the holidays, it might not always work out the way you want it to.
And I'm sorry if you are alone on the holidays, but my house is only 900 square feet, so
if you're alone on the holidays, you got nothing going on, I will always tell people, like, dude, even if you live in a different country, FaceTime me. We'll have Thanksgiving with you. But yeah,
create an AI family.
You can do that now. It's ruining the fucking world, but you can do it. All right, if you've stuck around this long, obviously you like what we were saying, so go ahead and like.
You're subscribe. Too sick to click next and skip the episode.
But if that's not the case, go ahead and subscribe. Like us, comment down below. Let us know how you get through the sicknesses.
Cole's getting ripped apart by nerds right now.
I am,
as we speak,
because I said something about their Steam machine or whatever. You can follow us on all of our socials at the Dad Voice Pod. We do the Dad Blast, which we're still I need some sort of input from the audience before we make a concrete decision on this. But we're considering making the Dad Blast their own separate podcast apart from the Dad Voice, because just really not that dad focused. But if you like that idea, let us know, preferably in the comments of the Dad Blast. But we do Dad Blast. Our new schedule is every Tuesday at 6 a.m. The Dad Voice audio drops, and then every Tuesday at 6 p.m. the video drops, and then every Wednesday at 6 a.m. I'm moving the Dad Blast to Thursday at 6 a.m. The audio will drop, and then 6 p.m. on Thursdays is when the video will drop. And then, check out the Dad Blast. That's just where we kind of riff. We go on whatever, like the one that'll come out right before this one, the day before Thanksgiving, will be about Thanksgiving food. And whatever other random thoughts we have, whatever's in the news, that's really what we riff on there. The regular episodes will be more dad-focused stuff, like this one was about sickness. Last week we did one about going no contact with your parents or family members in general. If you have which reminds me of Dadvice, if you have a Dadvice that, a question you have that you want advice on from dads that are experienced, sort of, or if you want us to talk about something, if there's a subject that interests you that you're not aware, or like you're not really informed on, we will look into it, and we'll do our best to research it and give you a good response. But you can always send Dadvice to the dadvoicepod@gmail.com. I did just buy our domain, the Dad Voice Podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
So we do.
Big things came.
Big things came. We do own that domain. So soon, what I would hope to have is just a Dadvice at the dadvoicepodcast.com. That being said, send us an email subject right now to the dadvoicepod@gmail.com, and then give us subject line Dadvice, and then put in the body what you want to ask. If you want to remain anonymous, that's fine. You just say in the body that you want to remain anonymous, okay? And we'll do that. We did that last week with the one about going no contact, and it worked out just fine. Make sure to leave us reviews on your podcast apps if you're listening. Those really help us out. They not only give us insight into who's watching, it allows us to know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. And it helps put us in front of more people. The more reviews we get, the more people see us. So that definitely helps us a lot. And I think that's it. We did our whole spiel at the end of the episode. So I think we'll let everybody go. Hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving, and we will
have fun eating your crappy bird.
Yeah, your bird buttholes. Enjoy that. And we will see you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.